Okay, let's talk about Sigmund Freud. You've heard the name, right? Of course you have. His ideas are literally everywhere, in movies, in books, even in how we talk about a simple slip of the tongue. But let's be honest, how much do we really know about what he was actually trying to say? His work wasn't just some stuffy academic theory. It completely turned modern psychology on its head, and then it just exploded into so many other fields. We're talking literature, art, philosophy, you name it. We even casually drop phrases like Freudian slip into conversation without a second thought. His ideas are just baked into the way we think. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We all know the name. We might even know a few of the buzzwords, but have you ever tried to read his original work? It can feel like running face first into a brick wall. And trust me, you're not the only one who's felt that way.
So what's the deal? Why is he so hard to read? Well, because his writing is basically a maze. It's incredibly dense, it's super academic, and it's filled with all this jargon that he invented. It is so easy to get completely lost in the labyrinth of his language.
I mean, just look at the sentence. This is a real quote. Becoming cathected with Q. What does that even mean? This perfectly shows the kind of barrier we're talking about. It makes you feel like you need some kind of secret decoder ring just to understand what's going on. So yeah, if you've ever picked up a book by Freud, gotten a few pages in, and just felt totally overwhelmed, you're not alone. It's a really common experience. His ideas are absolutely revolutionary, but the way he wrote about them can feel, well, impossible to get through. But what if there was a key? What if there was a tool designed specifically to guide you through that maze and unlock all the secrets hidden in Freud's language? Well, here it is. It's called The Freud Dictionary by Isaac Volpe, and it's this fantastic, comprehensive guide that does one thing and does it brilliantly. It makes Freud understandable. And it's not just for students or academics. It's for anyone with a curious mind who wants to get what all the fuss is about. Hey, remember that super confusing quote from a minute ago, the one about being cathected? Well, take a look at the dictionary's definition for cathexis. Simple, clear. It's the process of investing mental or emotional energy into something. And just like that, the cryptic sentence starts to make sense. That is the power of this book. It turns that confusion into a real aha moment. And using it is so simple. You just look up a term alphabetically, you get a really clear definition, and then, and this part is key, you get actual quotes from Freud that show you exactly how he used the word. It's the perfect companion to have right next to you while you're reading his work. And once you have that clarity, once you break through that language barrier, you can finally start to get a handle on the profound ideas that made Freud such a giant in the history of human thought. We're going from staring at a wall of text to exploring a whole new world of ideas. Let's take two of his most famous concepts, the id and the ego. The id, think of that as the wild, instinct-driven toddler in your brain that wants what it wants right now. No rules, no morality, just pure drive. And then you have the ego. That's the adult in the room, the rational part trying to manage that toddler's demands while also dealing with the rules of the real world. That internal tug-of-war, that's the story of us, and this makes it so much clearer. So how does the ego, the rational part, actually manage that internal battle? Well, one of its biggest tools is something called repression. With a dictionary, you get the real meaning. It's not just forgetting. It's an active, powerful defense where your mind is constantly pushing difficult thoughts and memories down into your unconscious so you don't have to deal with them. But here's where it gets really cool. There's another, more creative strategy: sublimation. This is the amazing idea that we can take all those primal, maybe even socially unacceptable urges from the id and channel them into something amazing and productive. Think about creating art or dedicating yourself to your work. That's sublimation in action. It's a path from our inner chaos to outer achievement. And that's why, as the book itself puts it, this isn't just about passing a test or writing a paper. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to go on a personal journey to understand not just Freud, but to understand yourself a little better too. So what do you really get out of this? A much deeper awareness of why you do the things you do. You'll get brand new ways to look at films and books. It's an amazing resource if you're a student for sure, but it's also just an incredible companion for anyone who's curious. It really is a pathway to personal growth. So if you've ever been even a little bit curious about Freud, but you've been put off by that dense, intimidating language, well, your journey into one of the most important minds in modern history can start right now. That leap from confusion to clarity is literally just a click away. If you're ready to start decoding the language of the unconscious and get some of those profound insights for yourself, we've put the link to purchase the Freud Dictionary right there for you in the description below.
So, we'll just leave you with this one question. Once you have this guide, once you have the key to unlock the language, what do you think you might discover hidden in the depths of your own unconscious?